Little People Big World star Tori Roloff has officially confirmed her divorce. The announcement came quietly, without a press conference or big social media reveal. Close sources say she chose to speak directly to fans in a personal and heartfelt message. After years of speculation, whispers, and public curiosity, Tori decided to clarify her relationship status. She explained that the decision was not sudden and that she and Zach had been working through their differences for some time. They tried counseling. They took time off from filming. They even spent time apart before making the final choice. Ultimately, they concluded that they had grown apart in ways that could no longer be ignored. Tori shared that it was a difficult journey. She remembered the early years of her relationship with Zach fondly. They met on the set of Little People, Big World, and quickly became one of the most loved couples in reality TV. Fans watched them grow from young adults into parents. They got married, had children, and built a home together. Tori talked about the good times and said there were many. But over the years, pressures began to grow. Tori mentioned that fame, parenting, and personal expectations added layers of stress to their lives. What once felt easy started to feel hard. Simple conversations turned into tense discussions. Busy schedules kept them apart emotionally, even when they were physically together. She admitted she felt alone many times in the last few years. Though they tried to hold it together for their kids and for their shared dreams, she said the emotional disconnect widened. They argued more. They laughed less. And eventually, both realized they were no longer happy in the way they once were. Zach and Tori spent months talking before finalizing anything. Their priority was and still is their children. They wanted to make the transition as smooth and stable as possible. Tori emphasized that they are co-parenting with mutual respect. She called Zach a wonderful father and said she would never want to take that away from their kids. She also addressed the rumors. For years, social media speculated about their relationship. Fans asked why Zach wasn't in as many pictures. Some assumed he had moved out. Others thought Tori was just going through a rough patch. Tori said the speculation hurt, but it also helped her see that she had to live authentically. She talked about personal growth. She explained that sometimes relationships are not meant to last forever. Some serve their purpose for a chapter. Tori said she and Zach had a beautiful chapter together, filled with lessons, love, and family. But that chapter had come to an end. The couple finalized the divorce privately. They didn't want the media involved. Tori said it was important to protect their kids from the noise. They didn't release court documents. They didn't do joint interviews. They handled everything quietly, through mutual agreement. Tori has since moved into her own place. She is still close to her family. Her children are doing well, and she's focused on building a peaceful home environment for them. She has continued to share snippets of her life online, but with more care. She avoids showing too much. She's learning how to be a single mom while still allowing her children to have strong bonds with their dad. Zach has also taken steps to find stability after the separation. He's seen spending time with the kids, involved in their school routines, and doing things he enjoys. Friends close to him say he's handling the situation with maturity. He misses certain things but knows the decision was necessary. Both Tori and Zach remain civil. They text, talk, and even occasionally spend time together as a family for special events. Birthdays, school performances, and holidays are approached with a team mindset. They agreed early on that bitterness would not help anyone. Tori has started therapy for herself and for her children. She wants to break patterns. She wants to raise emotionally aware kids. She admits she didn't always handle things the best way. She regrets the times she shut down or avoided tough conversations. But she's working on herself and learning how to heal. Fans have responded with a mix of emotions. Some are shocked. Some are supportive. Others are still hoping for reconciliation. Tori said she understands those feelings, but wants people to know this is not a publicity stunt or a temporary break. It is final, and it was a decision made from love, not resentment. She thanked fans for their messages. She said the support from women who've been through similar situations means the world. She reads the stories and finds comfort in the shared experiences. She also finds strength in knowing she is not alone. Tori is focused on small goals now. She wants to get through the week, make time for herself, and be fully present for her kids. She's working on home projects. She's going for walks. She's journaling more. She's reading books about healing. She's surrounding herself with positive voices. She doesn't know what the future holds. She isn't thinking about dating. She isn't planning a big career change. Right now, she's focused on calm. She wants peace. She wants clarity. She wants joy in the little things. She has reconnected with a few old friends. She's spending more time with her siblings. Her parents are helping when they can. The village around her is strong, and she's leaning on it. She also wants to take time away from the show. While she respects what it gave her, she feels that it also magnified problems. Being watched, judged, and questioned took a toll. For now, she wants privacy. She wants to live life off camera, at least for a while. Zach has not made a public statement. Sources say he supports Tori's right to share her side. He believes in honesty, but prefers to stay quiet out of respect for their children. He's open to interviews in the future, but is not rushing anything. Their kids are adjusting. The oldest understands more than the younger ones. They've had honest talks. Tori explained the situation with age-appropriate words. She told them both parents love them very much. She said nothing changes that. She reminded them that families can look different and still be full of love. Tori wants other women to know they don't have to stay in something that no longer brings peace. She's not encouraging divorce. She's simply saying that sometimes choosing yourself is the healthiest thing you can do. She's grateful for the memories. She said there are no villains in their story. Just two people who tried, who built a life, and who reached a fork in the road. They took different paths, but both are still walking with care, especially when it comes to the children. There are no plans for a tell-all book or dramatic podcast. Tori said the story is already written. She's now turning the page. As she moves forward, she's building routines that ground her. Morning coffee, school drop-offs, art projects with the kids, early bedtime routines, therapy once a week, checking in with herself daily. She's letting go of the need to please everyone. She's learning to listen to her own voice. She's finding strength in stillness. She's giving herself permission to rest. The home feels different now. Quieter. Sometimes lonely. But also lighter. Tori says she breathes easier. There's sadness, but also hope. She is not bitter. She wants the best for Zach. She hopes he finds joy. She hopes they can continue to co-parent in harmony. She holds no grudges. This chapter is not what she imagined, but it is where she is now. And she's embracing it with grace, honesty, and resilience. Chris Marek remains in a committed marriage with Amy Roloff. Since their wedding on August 28, 2021, they have upheld a steady and visible partnership. Fans continue to follow their journey through reality TV appearances, social media, and public events. Amy and Chris first connected in 2017 at a social mixer in Portland. They dated for roughly 5 years before getting engaged in September 2019, with Chris proposing during a dinner celebration marking their 3rd anniversary. The wedding ceremony at Roloff Farms was a heartfelt event, featured in Little People, Big World, and celebrated their journey from new love to lifelong commitment. Since the wedding, their relationship has remained strong. In April 2024, Amy offered a positive update following the season 25 finale of Little People, Big World. She described a date night with Chris, enjoying live music and candid joy, an indication of their flourishing connection. Another update in early 2025 confirmed they've been married for over 3 years, with fans praising their deep bond, chemistry, and affectionate presence in each other's lives. They've frequently appeared together in social media posts, sharing travel adventures, family events, and everyday moments. Amy's Instagram bio explicitly states, "Married to Chris Marek," and she has openly shared candid videos featuring him in cooking clips and behind-the-scenes moments. Despite rumors sparked by occasional changes in business paperwork, such as Amy not including Chris in one filing for her little kitchen business and omitting Marek from documents, the couple remains married and publicly affectionate. Amy even clarified that Chris is listed correctly in other documents, signifying no estrangement. Separately, in August 2022, rumors surfaced that they had briefly split when Amy traveled to Michigan without Chris. She reassured fans that they were visiting family separately, that Chris was in Idaho, emphasizing their relationship remained intact. Speculation about a new relationship for Chris Marek while still married is entirely unfounded. No credible news outlets or insiders have reported any emerging romantic involvement outside his marriage to Amy. Social media doesn't offer any evidence. On the contrary, public posts, including those around recent New Year celebrations, show them together and reaffirm their union. Content labeled things like "split heartbreaking," "Chris Marek new relationship," and "posts in the final decision" style are part of sensationalized gossip outlets with no substance, often driven by algorithmic title bait rather than facts. Here's an overview of their relationship timeline and public highlights. 2017, met at a singles mixer in Portland. Amy was navigating life post-divorce from Matt Roloff and actively exploring new relationships. 2018 to 2019, grew closer through dating. First vacation together in June 2018. Chris proposed in September 2019. August 28, 2021, married at Roloff Farms. The wedding was featured on Little People, Big World. Throughout 2022 to 2023, continued on-screen presence, faced rumors of marital trouble, which they both publicly dismissed. April 2024, Amy posted about a supportive date night, signaling a thriving marriage. Early 2025, their third anniversary featured social media posts celebrating their life together. Family reunions, travel, and day-to-day moments reinforce their strong bond. There's no verifiable information about Chris's new relationship beyond his marriage. All documented activity, social media, official statements, business filings, reinforces that the couple remains married and committed. In 2025, Amy is reportedly pregnant with Chris's first child together, indicating the strongest signal of their enduring relationship and shared future. Here are confirmed facts. 1. No separation. Amy and Chris fully dispute breakup rumors. 2. No new partner. No data suggests Chris is involved romantically with anyone else. 3. No credible sources. Gossip sites pushing breakup or rebound narratives offer no substantiation. 4. Pregnancy news. Amy's pregnancy announcement early in 2025 is a clear sign of their unified and growing family. In short, the story of Chris Marek entering a new relationship is unsupported by facts. The verified narrative is one of continuity, love, mutual support, and expanding family. Their presence in reality shows, social media, and public appearances reflects a wholesome, healthy relationship. Should new developments arise, e.g., official separation announcements, legal filings, or confirmed new relationships, they will appear in reputable media. Until then, the current relationship stands solidly intact. Matt Roloff and Amy Roloff were married for nearly 3 decades. Their story began in the late 1980s and became known to millions through the reality show Little People, Big World. They shared their family life, their struggles, and their business with audiences for years. Over time, viewers watched as tensions developed in their relationship. Despite raising 4 children and building a life together on Roloff Farms, Matt and Amy started to grow apart. For many seasons, fans could see signs of disagreement. Matt and Amy had different personalities. Matt liked to plan big projects and often took on new ideas with excitement. Amy was more cautious and often approached things more practically. These differences caused friction. While that contrast once made them a good team, over time, it led to more disagreements. By 2014, Matt had moved into the guest house on their property. At the time, both said it was a trial separation. They hoped space would help them figure things out. They still lived on the same land, still worked together, and continued to film the show. But emotionally, they were becoming more distant. In interviews, Matt admitted that they had struggled for years. Amy agreed that things had changed, and she no longer felt supported in the relationship. The separation lasted over a year. In 2015, Matt and Amy announced that they were officially divorcing. They explained to their fans that it was a mutual decision. They thanked their children, their families, and their fans for support. They also said they would continue working together on the farm and raising their family with love and respect. The divorce was finalized in May 2016. Court documents later revealed how their shared assets were divided. Amy kept the family home for a time, while Matt continued managing parts of the farm business. Eventually, Amy sold her share of Roloff Farms to Matt for around $975,000 in 2019. She moved into a new house not far from the farm. Both Matt and Amy started new chapters in their lives. Despite the divorce, they stayed connected. The farm and the show kept them working together. They also shared grandchildren and family events. At times, the tension was still there. Other times, they showed respect and even kindness toward one another. After the divorce, Matt entered a relationship with Karen Chandler. Karen had worked on Roloff Farms for many years and knew the family well. Their relationship became public not long after Matt and Amy's divorce was finalized. Some fans were surprised, but Matt and Karen insisted they started dating only after his marriage had ended. Amy also found love again. She began dating Chris Merrick, a real estate agent. Their relationship grew slowly and steadily. In 2019, Chris proposed to Amy, and she said yes. They were married in 2021 at Roloff Farms. Matt and Karen were not invited to the wedding, but Amy and Chris shared their day with friends, family, and fans of the show. Matt and Karen became engaged in 2023. They have not yet announced a wedding date, but said they plan to marry soon. They are building a new home on the farm property and continue to appear together on the show. Through it all, Matt and Amy have worked to maintain a civil relationship. They still film scenes together. They attend family events. Amy has said that she and Matt will probably never be close friends, but they are cordial. She respects the years they spent together and is proud of the family they built. The divorce marked a big change in the show and in their lives. It allowed both Matt and Amy to grow in new ways. They each found love again. They adjusted to living alone after many years together. They learned to share time with their children and grandchildren. They made peace with their past and focused on their futures. Matt has stayed busy with farm projects, including turning part of Roloff Farms into a vacation rental. He enjoys building, planning, and working with his hands. He also shares time with his children, especially when they visit the farm with their own families. Amy has started new businesses, including a baking and lifestyle brand. She also wrote a memoir about her life. In the book, she talked about her marriage, her divorce, and the lessons she learned. She said that the divorce was painful, but it helped her become stronger and more confident. Fans of Little People, Big World have followed every step. They watched the wedding, the farm life, the children growing up, and the breakup. Many have praised Matt and Amy for handling their divorce with maturity. They didn't fight publicly. They didn't take sides. They made choices that kept the family and business going. Their divorce became one of the most watched storylines on the show. It showed that even long marriages can change. It showed that people can start over even later in life. It showed that respect can remain, even after love has faded. Today, Matt and Amy live separate lives. They are in different relationships. They live in different homes. But they are still linked through their children, their past, and their shared story. Their divorce was final years ago, but their connection continues. Fans still ask about their relationship. They want to know if Matt and Amy ever regret the divorce. Amy has said she doesn't. She says it was the right choice, and she is happy now. Matt hasn't said as much, but his actions show he has moved forward. In recent seasons, the show has shifted focus to the next generation. Zach and Jeremy, Matt and Amy's twin sons, have started families of their own. Molly and Jacob, the younger siblings, live more private lives. The farm, once a symbol of their marriage, is now a place where children visit, where vacations happen, and where new memories are made. Amy visits from time to time. Matt manages the rentals and projects. Karen and Chris join in when they want to. It's different now, but the spirit of family is still there. The story of Matt and Amy's marriage and their divorce is not just about the end of a relationship. It's about how people change. It's about choosing peace. It's about finding happiness in new places. It's about growing, even when it's hard. Their divorce is not recent, but it still matters. It shaped their lives. It reshaped the show. It taught fans that love doesn't always last, but respect can. That ending one chapter doesn't mean the story is over. That life after divorce can still be full of joy, love, and purpose. Matt and Amy Roloff are no longer husband and wife, but they are still parents, still grandparents, and still part of a larger family. They continue to live their lives in the public eye, each with a new partner, each with new goals, and each with the strength to move forward. Zach later confirmed in his podcast that they were working through their issues and strengthening their marriage through communication and counseling. Rumors intensified when viewers noticed less frequent personal photos online and when Tori expressed on camera that she sometimes felt exhausted or underappreciated, especially after the birth of their third child. There were reports of reduced social media visibility after certain personal disappointments, like not being wished a happy birthday or Mother's Day publicly. Zach eventually dispelled those rumors by posting belated messages and public affirmations. Health challenges have also tested the family. In 2021, Jackson underwent leg surgery. Lila had her adenoids and tonsils removed in 2023, and Zach experienced a brain surgery scare revealed in 2024. Each challenge brought tension and exhaustion, but no evidence links them to an impending divorce. Both have emphasized unity amid difficulties. In late June 2025, Zach and Tori shared news of another transition, stepping back from their podcast, Raising Heights, for a summer break. Despite calling it a sad goodbye, they emphasized it was a pause, not an end to their relationship. Zach clarified, "It's just a break. We'll be back in September." Zach also recently spoke on his podcast about healing family relationships, describing a rocky period with his father and siblings following the end of LPBW. The gradual reconciliation has been driven largely by their children, who have helped mend old wounds. As of mid-2025, Zach and Tori remain together. They live in Washington state after relocating from Oregon when they stepped away from the show. Their marriage continues to evolve both privately and publicly, anchored by their roles as parents and their dedication to family unity. Here's a timeline of key moments. 2015, Wedding and Early Life Together, filmed on LPBW. 2017 to 2022, Births of Jackson, Lila, and Josiah, accompanied by rising public interest. 2023, several rumors of marital strain emerge when Tori highlights fatigue and lack of appreciation. Both address rumors directly on social media and podcasts. 2024, they exit LPBW after season 25 and face challenges, health scares, and pushing back against divorce rumors. 2025, they announce a podcast break. Family relationships are healing. They reinforce their commitment publicly. What's most clear is that while the couple has faced real pressures, parenting multiple children with medical needs, career transitions, health issues, they have consistently communicated that their bond remains intact. They've taken proactive steps, addressing rumors head-on, seeking counseling, and prioritizing their relationship and children. Our analysis of public posts, podcasts, interviews, and reputable news sources turns up no credible evidence of divorce. On the contrary, Tori continues to post happy family content, and Zach consistently reaffirms their unity, especially in times of challenge.